Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about Cosmopolitan because the last few days I've been talking about heavy topics, so let's just have a laugh at the absolute idiocy. Now, when I was reading this article, I realized that I think there are two main types of articles that Cosmopolitan posts. The what the fuck articles where they're defending cheating or incest.
Do you want a beverage of some kind?
No, where's your brother, dude?
We just stepped out of the shower. He'll be down in a minute.
All right, listen, you guys can't go. Did you just say we?
What?
Did you just say we just stepped out of the shower?
And then there are the articles where it's like, did this need to be written? Does the world need this article? Does this article contribute anything of positive? To which the answer, of course, is no. But does that mean I'm not going to read it? Also no. So one of the things that deeply entertains me as someone who's no longer single is looking at the tips they give to single people or the advice they give to single people, because as we've already established, it's horrible. And as some of you have said, maybe they're giving horrible advice so people keep fucking over any type of relationship they might have and then come back to Cosmo for more advice on how to fuck up the next relationship they're not going to be in.
Now, the first step to any erotic conquest is to demonstrate your value. In this most recent case, my subject was Kaylee, a cute pharmacist. I demonstrated my value to her by filling a prescription. I told her, it's for my grandmother. She's quite ill. Thus demonstrating my value as a loving grandson and an all-around great guy.
I'm embarrassed just reading this title. What does bae really mean when they call you dude? And why are we so obsessed with these totally disgusting but like cute pet names? This sounds like the diary or the texts of someone in high school, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this is supposed to be journalism, so a little bit of decorum, not too much to ask these days. When guys I'm interested in call me Tay, the author is called Taylor, I tend to get those warm, fuzzy, roller coastery butterfly things bouncing around in my stomach. Sure, Tay is cute, but it's also one of those nicknames I consider exclusively reserved for the people close to me, which could be why it has such a special meaning to me. Then she ends up quoting a psychotherapist and relationship coach called Tony Coleman that says, nicknames reveal a person's personality, the family culture they come from, and their feeling towards the person they have nicknamed. Yeah. Nicknames are pretty exclusive and you don't let anyone call you by your nickname. Groundbreaking. What does it mean when someone you're interested in calls you babe versus hottie or even love? So then we're gonna find out what it means, which to me automatically makes me laugh because I think I've called my husband all of those since when we were dating and they never really meant anything. Like if I called him dude, it didn't mean our relationship was over. Like I still sometimes say like, dude, what the fuck? Or dude, did you hear? It doesn't matter. This is an alternate universe of the Cosmo world. Babe slash hottie slash sexy. If a lerv interest is calling you any of the names grouped above, this reveals they probably really have the hots for you and are relishing in their strong physical attraction to you.
Once you've asked her out, you move on to E. Engage physically. I personally try to engage the girl physically without ever going on the date, which to me is really just a waste of time and money. I'll tell her I know this great little restaurant doesn't take reservations. That makes it sound cool, makes it sound exclusive. And then when we get to the restaurant is closed, as of course it always is on Sundays. So I'll feign surprise and say something along the lines of, well, I guess we could grab a pizza and watch a movie at my place. And once we're on my bed, it is game over. I engage her physically and the sexual waltz begins.
These terms are more commonly used in the early stages of dating because this is the time physical attraction outweighs other attraction, says Coleman. In other terms, they see it, they like it, they want it, they got it. Did we need an actually credited psychotherapist or whatever to tell us that when they call you sexy, hottie, babe, whatever the fuck at the beginning of a relationship, it's because they find you hot? Did we need someone to tell us that? Honey slash baby slash sweetheart slash bae. Just a serious question, I'm not trying to be rude, but do people still use bae? Because I don't see that anymore. Jacob.
Yeah.
Do you know if anyone still uses the term bae?
Bae?
Yeah.
Sure, there are people.
Really? But anyway, these names are most often associated when you've reached the second stage of a relationship, like when the bonding begins and maybe you're starting to notice things other than their sexy biceps.
nurturing dependence. You're gonna wanna nurture that dependence that she's feeling on you now, guys. Have her car towed, or you can slash her tires. Either way, make her depend on you for rides. Or you can use my personal go-to, which is to create a fictional angry neighbor who's threatening her and tell her you'll take care of him.
It's more like, hey, I know you're hot, but I want to be closer to you than just physically. And when someone who you're not in a relationship with calls you one of those terms, they're indicating attraction to you as a person, not just as a sexual object, says Coleman. I think we've all experienced a creepy-ass person, whether it's in the streets or in the DMs, who calls you baby. And they don't call you baby because they want to know what your innermost thoughts are and like who you really are as a person. No. They really are just looking at your exterior. So I need to disagree with this honey, baby, sweetheart, bae bullshit. The idea that these categories are actually solid categories that have one solid universal meaning is hilarious to me, because obviously these words all have different meanings to everyone, right? So to try and categorize what they mean and what someone means when they say it to you is absolutely stupid, because in the end, I don't like bae. So if Jacob said that to me, I would not like that, and that doesn't mean I don't like him. It means I don't like that. And if he said that to me, it doesn't mean... Okay, let's just move on. Okay, this one, I use the term dude a lot, so I'm gonna feel personally attacked by this one. Dude, don't fret. This isn't the ultimate hashtag friend zone.
Brings me to the second N. Neglect emotionally. Stop taking her phone calls. Cancel all your plans. Maybe that fictional angry neighbor that you've simulated comes back, and this time, you're not around to cool him off. She'll start questioning her self-worth, start questioning her self-esteem. And that's the perfect time to inspire hope.
Although it may sometimes seem that way. But you do have to be careful. Dude is a nickname a guy will use with a woman when he feels comfortable and sees as one of the guys, says Coleman. And while you want to be comfortable with your boo, it could indicate that he doesn't have lusty or romantic feelings towards you. If this is the case, it may be time for the DTR talk ASAP. What's the DTR talk? Define the relationship. Got it. So it's time for the define the relationship talk. Okay, Cosmopolitan, thank you. All right, next, princess/queen. Oh, hey, Megan, we see that tiara, but be careful if someone is referring to you this way. These names can be used to express someone's view that you're high maintenance. So whether it's used as a term of endearment or sarcastically, make sure you're either wearing your crown proudly or telling the person calling you these things to F off. Or just, please don't call me this anymore, it works too. You know what the actually sad side of this is? I genuinely feel like most of these terms of endearment aren't that deep for the most part. I don't think they have this larger than life universal meaning that applies to every single one. Like, whatever babe means to you probably means something different to me, whatever. But the fact that, like, someone might read this and their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever would just send them a morning text being like, hey, good morning, princess. And this person would be like,
what do you mean? Are you saying I'm high maintenance? Like, what are you trying to say, Aaron?
they just wanted to say that you're their princess. There's no like alternate meaning. I think that a lot of these articles really are teaching people to be overly analytical, and also in a dumb way, because anyone analytical would know that unless you know the person you're talking to, whatever hottie means to them compared to bae or whatever the fuck people are saying these days is based on the individual. So this is useless. Wifey, girl, lover. I love how these are all in the same category. Girl isn't in the same category as wifey. Okay. There's a good chance the person using wifey, girl, or lover is super comfortable and familiar with you. TLDR, when he or she uses one of these, they're saying you're theirs. Really? Because I've seen people comment on Instagram saying wifey and it didn't really mean anything. The longest paragraph they have is about abbreviations. All abbreviations of regular names are expressing affection, closeness, and emotional safety. True, because I know I'm in trouble when I get called by my full name by my mom, so true. And while it's important to consider the actual nickname that's being used, licensed marriage and family therapist Allison D. Osborne Corcoran thinks it's not so much about the nickname, but more specifically how it's being delivered. No shit. Is the nickname said affectionately, sarcastically, or in a hostile tone? If the nickname began organically and said sweetly, it would hold very different meaning than something that originated as a put down. So wow, it's almost like you need to listen to someone's tone when they tell you something to know in what way they're telling you something. If they're being serious or sarcastic or maybe affectionate, Well, shit, we learned something new today.
I-S. Separate entirely. D-E-N-N-I-S. The dentist system. That, my friends, is the key to winning any girl's heart.
Anyway, I hope that this helped you out for your future love endeavors or whatever it is that you're looking for. Now you know exactly what they mean when they text you bae instead of wifey, because clearly they mean two very different things, and that's the end of that. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Let me know if there's a term that you always interpret some type of way. Like, I know that I hate the term bae, so if someone uses it with me, I assume they're being sarcastic. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and let's get right into the fan art.